It's so insane.
Oh, the
Wait,
tunes have been rubbing
right?
off on the casters.
Yeah, anyway.
All those ping checks.
I couldn't help it.
Yeah, it's all right.
I couldn't help it.
You know? You know? One day I might join in. You know what? Let's go ahead and jump into the land of Dawn.
wait.
It's game number 2. Match
right.
point right now for Onic Philippines. We'll see if Smart Mega can go ahead and bring it to a game 3.
Okay.
Can't count him out here, so we'll see if Andorra also gets a better start this
Welcome
time.
to
Finally
Mobile
gets his buff without any
Legends.
problems now, so that's a start.
Yeah, for now.
For now.
But the way that Omega is showing up in the mid lane sort of shows us that they are really planning to play it a bit more aggressive. So that's one thing we were waiting to see from them. But King Kong, though, okay, that was close again.
King Kong, no fear at all. Let's go straight into the mid laner of the opposition and just give that raw damage. Now everyone zoning in. That's 4 people up on mid, trying to make sure Andorio is secure. A better start for this time around. And Omega, they're the ones on the chase now. King Kong's low. I don't think he can fight anymore. And now everyone has to make a run for it.
Oh, man. So again, a lot of the early action here, but it is Omega coming out with the upper hand on that one. Oh, no care.
Make a chain, forces a flicker out of Super Friends. He's fine though.
Okay. So this is the smart Omega we failed to see in game number 1. And Andoryu was officially able to cross the river and get some creeps away from Onic Philippines side. So these are major developments if we were to compare it with the way they played the first game. But still, so far, the lead is pretty manageable for Smart Omega. It probably will really matter when it comes to the first objective, considering that there's a chip. And we're yet to see them actually make use of all those Y-Walks shortcuts in this game.
Yeah, I don't think they can also be too aggressive as well, because Super Friends will probably see them coming from a mile away with all of these traps.
Look at those traps.
There's a whole lot of vision provided from this. They're going to blitz the turtle, though.
So fast right now. No way for Andorio to actually contest that,
Bottom?
and he knows it. He's playing up on the bottom. Killer with a solo kill on the Jome. I don't... if you're Jome, you know you're scratching your head right now.
Yeah, he probably is. Just when he mentioned that he's gonna beat up Killer in lane.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
He even burned the flicker there. That was a total 1v1. I mean, Kelra used his too, so... But obviously you win that too as the Harith here, so...
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and there's no threat yet from, or for Onic Philippines, at least for now, because Super Yoshi still hasn't gotten his hands on his ultimate, so they're pretty much free, but...
That's very spicy here. Andorio getting hit with so many traps, so many stuns. Can't even move. He's out. Down for count, but Super Friends is as well. This time around, that shortcut really helping get the team into position. That's only going to be a 1-for-1 after all is said and done.
Yep.
So 1-for-1. They're still going in the mid lane, and Kauro was just kind of holding that down. So, yeah, the shortcut usage is going to help them on the macro level. But, again, you can see it. When you get knocked into the air or you have the Abyssal Arrow that hits you, you have so many things if you're Smart Omega that you have to really watch out for. As long as they can avoid that, then maybe they win some of these fights by utilizing that chip pick.
Yeah, and to be fair, I feel like Andoryu did attempt to at least make use of that slight advantage that they had in the early stages, but the Onic Philippines are just too quick to respond still. And since they decided to fight that in the mid lane near where Super Friends was, but now compared to what we've seen in the first 2 minutes, Onic Philippines, I feel like they're much more in control now. They can position themselves way ahead of Smart Omega, and that's going to be a problem, but also something they can find a solution to given that they have the chip.
Yeah, Smart Omega will clearly have to play around the chip. It's almost in the same essence where I was like, they had to do that with the Lui in the previous game. So as long as they have a better iteration of that now for game 2, that would be best. They go ahead and try to get the space around this turtle to set things up. You still have Andorio working on the buff, so they're just going to kind of delay this. Oh, an arrow is going to land on Lewis.
Trying to delay them. Actually, Luis is the one who's absorbing a brunt of the damage here. A little surprised that Onic didn't just straight up rush that turtle, but now they're waiting for Andorio. He's not coming. They said, you know what? Let's take this. We have no visual. We have no confirmation. And they feel like they're ahead. Look at that. Beautiful throw as well. It's a 5-man shortcut. King Kong securing that turtle once more. Kelra's up on front. Zaman Force not going to help him at all. Some good damage coming in from Onic right now. Only losing out on Kelra, and they are still going.
Yeah, the killing spree in action for King Kong. Although he didn't get the kills, the mere fact that there were multiple members of Smart Omega who were already 30% below allowed him to just freely fight against Smart Omega. And in as much as there was near perfect timing with the shortcuts. I mean, Andorio was able to make it in time, also lay out the electrifying beats against the members of Onic Philippines. It just wasn't enough. They were tanky enough to deal with it, and even Kirk with the prolonged or slightly longer fights can just really respond with the Primal Wrath.
Community prediction here. Whoa! Andorio!
Andorio down for the count with just one combo, essentially.
Dang, man, and again, the community 11% right now for Smart Omega. Andorio's been doing work like across the map, utilizing the macro pressure that he can put and then relying on the shortcut to join these, but getting picked off like that is not going to be a good time. It's already sitting at 0-3 and 2.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like Andorio's been attempting to do a lot to manage the lead that Onic currently has, but the way that Onic is just able to equally respond to these somewhat expected, isolated, or split pushes coming in from Andorio is becoming a problem because there's no other member you could expect to do the same job that Andorio does. You need to accompany Jome, especially at this point of the game. Okay, but there's just so much pressure from Onic Philippines. It's like there's a constant reaction forced out of Smart Omega. They're not able to play what they really want to do.
At the very least, they're not 2-level or 3-level gap like for game 1, right? So they're doing something better here. Not necessarily, you know, good enough yet, but we'll see.
It'd be better if they're able to, you know, focus on maybe even just contesting that first Lord, because right now this turtle is going to be started up by Onic, and with this minor lead that they have, they might not actually want to contest this, but Super Yoshi goes in.
Oh, he's trying to go in here. Shortcut might be a little bit too late, but they will be able to secure that turtle. Boom goes Super Yoshi. Definitely evaporating in front of the Onyx might here. Their firepower is just off the charts.
Yeah, and I feel like he was intending to land that shortcut on Kelra, but he was tossed away from whichever he wanted to place it on.
And Onic right now, even under the turret, not even respecting that turret whatsoever, just removes Luis just like that.
And this is tough because you have these fights that are breaking out. Jome is usually on the other side of the map just trying to pressure the turrets down, and maybe that's the decision of we can't win these fights and let's just try to get some map pressure. Well, King Kong, you know, he's going to get out of there just fine, but that's the thing, you know, it's like you have a hero that's known to give you a macro advantage. That's the chip. But it's Onic Philippines that's just out-macroing you everywhere.
Oh.
Flying in, unstoppable force, and you're not going anywhere, Jome. He is locked, he is loaded, and that's 2 down for Omega.
Into the arrow.
And the way he was able to time that flicker so well too, knowing that there would be a possible escape. Jome is just unable to play on this Granger, but hold on, Super Yoshi, he's holding a bush to himself. Okay.
In the Philippines, we call that advanced thinking. Brusco did the dirty one on the Jome.
Yeah.
That's what we expected, though. Again, when you have that Jawhead and then you get Super Prince on the Selena, the fact that Brusco's been doing this, even in game 1, with that composition too, the timing is going to be there. And it seems like they have found at least that sync that they've needed back with the Super Fam that they are. But Smart Omega, like I said, I think the biggest thing is their decision making. They're not even sure if they should just go ahead and keep pushing around the map. That might be the best case for them because now they find themselves facing an even bigger deficit, 5,000. Lord is up. And we'll see if they actually are ready to fight this one. Look at the positioning from Super Yoshi.
Throwing on the shortcut in the middle of the map. That's 5-man from Omega. They are trying to go for the fight, but Andorio already eliminated means there's no way they can contest his Lord this time around.
Oh no, Super Yoshi in trouble.
Boom goes Super Yoshi, and that should be a pretty decisive Lord going to Onic.
Yeah, Luis actually tried to go after Kelra because he was pretty low on HP. Smart Omega were able to deal a decent amount of damage and focus it all onto Kelra. but he still survived despite that, which resulted in Smart Omega eventually at a disadvantage in terms of resources, still being forced to fight back against Onic since they were also able to somewhat position themselves and regroup for that fight. So now they are unfortunately forced to defend this. It was a very unfortunate sequence for Smart Omega, but we see that slowly the intentions are starting to show up. It's just that even the longer the game goes, the more Onic is also able to scale. I mean, at this point, this Selena from Super Frizz, that many cooldown reduction he has already invested in. Oh, that's a little lot!
Trying to go for it again. Andoryu is all alone, but here comes the shortcut, and here comes their backup. Bit too late, maybe. Keller is still fighting up on the Zaman Force here, but Jome once more just falls so easily without any reliable front line.
Yeah.
They are struggling. They are falling apart.
And that's the difference. Earlier, you're able to take Keller away from the Zaman Force, but now that you're not able to, all the shields, all the sustain, and all the dances are just showing up. So now Onic Philippines, they're already knocking at the base!
Brusco. He does that. He puts pressure. That's turret tops down. A mid's going to be next.
That's good pressure.
Most likely. There's no waves, though, pushing in just yet. So Smart Omega immense against it all, even 9,000 behind. They're still in the game, but there's waves pushing in, still mid and bottom. I don't know. They're going to have to pull out a miracle to actually have a full defense unless Onic Philippines decides to just take the safe route here.
Oh.
Ouch. Look at that Andoryu.
If the minions were thrown in a little earlier, they could have probably attempted to, since the Holy Shields would have been popped. Okay, but here's Super Yoshi again. Could this be an attempt from Smart Omega?
Take two. Oh, spotted out.
What is with the King of the Jungle game senses?
That's just, he's locked in.
Locked in, yeah.
He's ready to grow the beard at this point. Again, it's free. It's almost free pickings for Onic Philippines. Like, that's kind of how it feels. And this was even back in the previous game. Now, yes, Smart Omega has survived up to this point. They've dealt with that base defense, but again, even in less than 30 seconds, this Lord is going to come up, and it's going to be very difficult for them to actually fight it. Now, I would like to see if they do, and they've gotten themselves in a position where they can actually go for a skirmish or a team fight, but with how far ahead Onic Philippines is the best option for Smart Omega just to go ahead and, you know, tidy up into the base and hope that they defend again?
Probably, because even at this point, Onic Philippines wouldn't think twice about looking for a setup. Brusco has the immortality, so even when you do get to take it out, you've probably wasted multiple resources already just by doing that.
True.
Which encourages Onic Philippines to just proceed with the fights. And Smart Omega could not afford to use up all their resources on a single target who isn't a key target for them at this point in time. And with Onic spotting Andoryu clearing the top lanes, could they potentially be clearing his? Oh wow, it connected!
They're absorbing so much poke here, even before the fight starts. Super Yoshi tries to go. I think they're going for broke here. That's going to be their last-ditch attempt, but Luis going to be evaporating as well. Taking out Kirk is pretty big, though, but the Lord still going over the Onic.
Lord still goes over. Brusco is low. He's still got an immortality. But still, again, a objective, a Lord going to the hands of Onic Philippines, and they only lost Kirk in the exchange.
Yeah, but that was a beautifully laid out Earth Shatter coming in from Kirk right before he actually fell down. It served so much in terms of how Onic was able to clearly win that fight, because the moment that the members of Smart Omega decided to go in the shortcut, they were all knocked up, which resulted in Onic being able to throw out the damage a little more easier, and now they are clearly looking to take down all the remaining turrets.
Oh, nice attempt. This looks like it's going to be the Hail Mary here. Shortcut already used up pretty early on just to make sure everyone can come back and fully regenerate. The Lord going to get taken care of here by Onic. It looks like it is working out. Onic can't really push in without Kirk.
Yeah.
Good clear, at least for now. Good defense from Smart Omega despite it all. Still, how long can they continue to do this? They need to buy another 5+ minutes, I would say.
5 more.
To really get to that point. That mid turret's going to go down.
Oh, that's a very aggressive Avatar the Guardian there, already used up. We're taking down that turret. This turret number 3 here is going to be going down as well.
Yeah.
That's an empty one. Omega, what are you going to do? Going in as Brusco. Nice throw here. Andoryu just gonna remove.
That was clearly in sync. A toss into the Earth Shatter, but wait!
4v5, low HP here for Super Yoshi and Luis. And looks like that is gonna be the sweep. It's a 2-0 for Onic Philippines.